Most seniors believe their bedtime habits are harmless: a quiet TV show, a late snack, a few scrolling minutes on the phone before sleep. But here's the shocking truth. These innocent nightly rituals are silently destroying your heart, your brain, and even your mobility, faster than any disease ever could. I'm not exaggerating. In over 30 years of medical practice, I've seen hundreds of patients who did everything right during the day. And yet, their real decline began after dark. The problem isn't aging. It is what we unknowingly do before bed that accelerates it. Tonight, we're exposing the bedtime mistakes that can rob years from your life and replacing them with simple, science-backed habits that can actually reverse aging, improve sleep, strengthen your heart, and restore your energy, even after 70. Because when you fix what happens in those final hours before sleep, everything changes. Your blood pressure, your balance, your memory, even your mood. So if you're over 60, this may be the most important message you'll ever hear before turning out the lights. And wait until we get to number 3, because it's something 9 out of 10 seniors do every single night without realizing it's shaving years off their independence. Let's begin. Number 1, stop eating late at night. It sounds small, but it is one of the biggest hidden killers of restful sleep and heart health in older adults. Here's why. After 60, your digestion slows dramatically. That late-night snack, even something as innocent as a bowl of cereal or a few crackers, forces your body to stay awake when it is supposed to be shutting down for repair. Instead of restoring your cells and rebalancing your hormones, your body spends half the night trying to process food. The result? Restless sleep, morning fatigue, and a silent build-up of inflammation that weakens the heart and accelerates aging. One of my patients, Ruth, a retired librarian in her 70s, used to fall asleep every night with a snack beside her recliner. She told me, "It's just a few bites, doctor. It helps me sleep." But Ruth was waking up exhausted, her ankles swollen, her mind foggy. We made one small change: no food 2 hours before bed, and a cup of warm herbal tea instead. Within 2 weeks, she called me saying, "I can't believe it. I wake up feeling lighter, clearer. I didn't think that was possible at my age." Science backs this up. Studies from Harvard and the Mayo Clinic show that eating late increases blood sugar instability, raises nighttime blood pressure, and suppresses growth hormone, the very hormone responsible for cellular repair and longevity. Think of your body as a cleaning crew. Each night, while you sleep, your cells are supposed to sweep out waste, repair tissues, and refresh your brain. But if you've eaten late, that crew never gets to work. It's stuck washing dishes instead of rebuilding the house. Here's the simple habit that works. Finish your last meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Let your body settle. If you're hungry, sip water or tea with magnesium. It calms muscles and improves sleep. But here's where the truth gets shocking. Many seniors follow that rule, yet still struggle with fatigue, poor sleep, and nighttime heart strain. That's because of the second bedtime mistake, one that hides in plain sight. Number 2, stop falling asleep with the TV or phone on. I know, it feels comforting. The soft glow of the screen, the familiar voices, the distraction from loneliness. But that habit is destroying your brain's natural recovery cycle. Your body runs on light signals. Even tiny amounts of light, like a TV glow or phone screen, tell your brain it is still daytime. That keeps melatonin levels low and cortisol levels high, making it nearly impossible for your brain to enter deep, restorative sleep. And here is the part most people don't realize. This isn't just about poor rest. Disrupted melatonin over time increases your risk of heart disease, memory loss, and even mobility decline. Yes, too much light at night literally weakens your muscles. A 2022 study from Northwestern University found that seniors exposed to bedroom light during sleep had higher insulin resistance, slower walking speed, and greater frailty scores compared to those who slept in darkness. Think about that. A glowing TV can quietly affect how strong your legs feel the next day. I once treated a retired teacher named Harold, who fell twice in a single month. When we examined his routine, nothing seemed alarming. He exercised daily, ate well, stayed social. But he admitted he fell asleep every night with the TV playing in the background. When he stopped and switched to a dark, quiet room, his sleep deepened within days. 2 months later, his energy, focus, and balance were noticeably stronger. "It's like my body finally knows when to rest again," he told me. If you can't stand silence, try this. Play a soft audiobook or calming music on a timer that shuts off automatically. But make sure your room is dark. Darkness is one of the greatest longevity secrets there is. It triggers the natural cascade of repair. Your brain clears waste, your heart rate slows, your cells rebuild. Think of darkness not as emptiness, but as medicine. And if that sounds simple, it is, but few people actually do it. Yet even darkness cannot save you if you were guilty of bedtime mistake number 3. And this one is the most dangerous of all. Number 3, stop taking your worries to bed. This one might surprise you. It's not a pill or a posture or a food. It's your thoughts. Here is what decades of cardiology and neuroscience research now prove. Chronic nighttime stress is one of the fastest ways to accelerate aging. Every time you lie awake replaying old conversations, financial worries, or family problems, your body stays in a fight-or-flight state. And for seniors, that's devastating. When you're over 60, your stress hormones take longer to clear from your system. That means your blood pressure stays elevated through the night, your heart rate doesn't slow properly, and your immune system never resets. In simple terms, your body never enters healing mode. I remember a widower named Leonard who came to me after suffering constant fatigue and heart palpitations. His tests looked normal, but his sleep tracker told a different story. His heart rate stayed high all night. When I asked what he did before bed, he sighed. "I sit in my chair and think about everything I've lost." We worked on one practice, a mental unload. 30 minutes before bed, he wrote down every thought, every worry on a notepad. Then he closed it, put it on the counter, and told himself, "I'll deal with this tomorrow." Within 2 weeks, Leonard was sleeping deeper. Within a month, his blood pressure dropped, and his chest tightness disappeared. He said something I'll never forget. "It is like I gave my heart permission to rest." That's not poetry. That's biology. When your mind calms, your vagus nerve, the main nerve connecting your brain to your heart, signals the body to relax. Blood vessels open, oxygen increases, healing begins. So here's what I tell my patients. Your heart isn't just a muscle, it's a listener. It hears your thoughts, and when you feed it peace, it repairs itself faster. Before bed, try this simple exercise. Write down 3 thoughts you want to release and 3 things you're grateful for. Gratitude lowers cortisol and boosts serotonin, the neurotransmitter of calm. It sounds small, but studies show this nightly habit can lower nighttime blood pressure by up to 10 points and improve deep sleep by nearly 25%. And here's where it ties into reversing aging. Because when you sleep deeply, your body releases human growth hormone, your cells regenerate, and your brain, clean-up crew, the glymphatic system, flushes out toxins linked to Alzheimer's. That's not wishful thinking, that's neuroscience. In short, calm minds age slower. But here's the twist. Even if you eat right, turn off the screens, and clear your mind, one hidden bedtime habit can quietly undo all your progress. It is something most seniors do because they think it as relaxing, but it is secretly raising your heart attack risk overnight. Wait until you hear number 4. Number 4, stop having that nightcap before bed. I know this one stings a little. You've probably heard that a small glass of wine helps you relax. For years, even doctors repeated that myth, but new research tells a very different story. After 60, your liver becomes far less efficient at processing alcohol. Even a single drink before bed disrupts your body's ability to reach deep restorative sleep, the phase where memory, muscle repair, and immune function occur. You may fall asleep faster, but your sleep becomes fragmented. Your heart rate stays elevated, your breathing shallow, and your blood pressure spikes in the early morning hours, the very time most heart attacks occur. It's no coincidence that cardiologists often refer to 5 a.m. as heart attack hour. Alcohol plays a role in many of those cases. Beyond that, alcohol dehydrates your cells, weakens balance, and interferes with medications that millions of seniors rely on for blood pressure, diabetes, or pain. A retired nurse named Patricia once told me, "I only drink one small glass at night. It's my reward." Yet she woke every morning at 3 a.m., restless and anxious, heart pounding. When she stopped the nightly drink and switched to a cup of tart cherry juice, rich in natural melatonin, her sleep transformed. Her blood pressure dropped, and within weeks, her morning anxiety vanished. That's the power of chemistry working in your favor. You don't have to give up pleasure. Just choose the kind that heals instead of harms. So here's the simple fix. If you enjoy wine, have it with dinner, not after. Let your liver rest at night. Hydrate with water or herbal tea instead. Over time, you'll notice fewer nighttime awakenings, clearer mornings, and steadier energy throughout the day. And here's the part that always surprises my patients. Once their sleep improves, their cravings for alcohol often fade naturally. That's because deep sleep itself restores dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter we try to fake with alcohol. Your body was built to create its own calm. You just have to stop interrupting it. Now, before we move forward, let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this. When you wake up in the morning, do you feel rested and light? Or heavy and groggy, like your body worked all night just to stay alive? Because if it's the latter, your bedtime routine is stealing your longevity. I'd love to hear from you. How many hours of sleep do you usually get? And which of these habits do you catch yourself doing? The late snack, the phone glow, or the bedtime worry loop? Share your answer in the comments below. I read every one of them, and your story might help another senior watching this tonight. Now, as we continue, we're about to uncover the deeper, lesser-known bedtime mistakes that quietly shorten your lifespan, and the nightly rituals that can add a decade of energy, clarity, and independence. Because number 5 on this list is something I see in nearly every patient I treat, and correcting it may be the single fastest way to reverse nighttime aging. Let's keep going. Number 5. Stop ignoring your body's natural bedtime signals. This one sounds simple, almost too simple, but it's one of the most powerful longevity secrets there is. See, your body speaks to you in rhythms. Every evening it releases a wave of melatonin, lowers your core temperature, and sends tiny cues, a yawn, heavier eyelids, a natural drop in alertness, to tell you it's time. But what do most people do? They override it. They push past that first wave. They think, I'll just finish this show, or I'm not tired yet, or I'll check one more message. And in doing so, they miss the body's perfect window for deep sleep. The result? Your second wind, which feels like energy but is actually your stress hormones kicking in to keep you awake. Cortisol floods your system, your heart rate rises again, and the natural repair cycle that keeps you young gets delayed by hours. Your body ages in those lost hours, quietly, invisibly, one cell at a time. I once had a patient named Gloria, 67, who complained she could never fall asleep before midnight. When I asked what time she felt sleepy, she said, "Oh, around 9:30, but I always push through it. That's when my favorite shows come on." We tried a simple change. Listen to her first wave. She dimmed the lights at 9, made tea, and got into bed when her body first whispered, "Now." In 2 weeks, everything changed. Her blood pressure dropped, her joint pain eased, and she said, "It's like I'm charging my battery instead of draining it." That's exactly what was happening, biologically. When you catch that first natural window of fatigue, your brain produces stronger melatonin, your sleep cycles become deeper, and your cells regenerate more efficiently. It's one of the purest anti-aging tools you already have, and it's completely free. So tonight, pay attention. When your eyes get heavy, when your mind slows down, don't fight it. That's not weakness, it's wisdom. It's your body's way of saying, "I'm ready to heal." And speaking of healing, number 6 is one that surprises nearly every senior I meet. Because it's not about what you do before bed, but what you fail to do after you wake up. Number 6. Stop staying in bed after you wake up. I know how tempting it is. The bed is warm, the morning air is cool, and the world can wait a few more minutes. But staying horizontal after your body wakes up confuses your internal clock, the circadian rhythm that controls your energy, digestion, and hormone balance. Your body expects light and movement to follow waking. When that doesn't happen, it delays cortisol's morning rise and melatonin's drop. That delay steals your energy and makes it harder to fall asleep the next night. Here's why this matters so deeply. Your circadian rhythm doesn't just control sleep. It influences nearly every process tied to longevity. From immune function to muscle repair, from digestion to mental clarity, it's all connected to light and movement. Getting up within 10 to 15 minutes of waking and stepping into light, even indoor light, tells your brain, "It's the morning. Start the day." That single act resets your rhythm and keeps your nighttime rest in sync. I've told countless patients the same simple rule. If you want better sleep tonight, move within minutes of waking. One man, George, 75, used to lie in bed scrolling through the news every morning for an hour. He complained of exhaustion, afternoon crashes, and restless nights. When we replaced that morning scroll with one lap around his garden, just 5 minutes of gentle movement, his energy soared, his balance improved, his nighttime sleep deepened. That small shift is what I call a mobility exercise of the mind. It keeps you connected to the rhythm that governs every cell in your body. And here's something fascinating. Morning light and gentle motion boost serotonin production, the same chemical that later converts to melatonin at night. So, by moving early, you're already preparing your brain for better rest 12 hours later. Think of it as setting the dominoes of your day in perfect order. The first one falls when you rise. But if we're going to talk about what truly controls the quality of your rest, we have to talk about something most people never consider. Something that might be quietly suffocating your sleep from the inside out. Wait until you hear number 7. Number 7. Stop breathing shallowly at night. This is the hidden reason why so many seniors wake up exhausted even after 8 hours in bed. They think they've slept, but their oxygen levels have quietly dipped all night long. As we age, muscles in the chest and diaphragm weaken slightly. Our posture shifts forward, add stress or shallow breathing habits, and we forget how to breathe deeply. The result? Less oxygen to the brain and heart, less energy, and a higher risk of nighttime arrhythmias. You don't need a machine to fix this. You need awareness. Before bed, sit comfortably and take 5 slow, deep breaths. Inhale through your nose, expanding your belly. Exhale through your mouth, slowly, as if you're fogging up a window. Do this for 1 minute. It calms the nervous system, lowers heart rate, and trains your body to breathe deeply through the night. If you snore or wake up with a dry mouth, that's your body begging for oxygen. Sleep on your side, not your back. Use an extra pillow to keep your airway open. Here's what most people don't realize. Oxygen is life's currency. When your cells get less of it, every function slows, from brain repair to immune defense. But when you restore full breathing, you trigger something extraordinary. A 2021 study in the Journal of Aging Research found that seniors who practiced deep breathing before bed increased their nighttime oxygen saturation and reported 34% better sleep quality in just 3 weeks. Your breath is the most powerful medicine you own, and it's free. One of my favorite moments as a doctor came from a patient named Ellis, who suffered from chronic fatigue. After teaching him deep breathing, he said, "I thought I was just getting old, but it turns out I was just under-oxygenated." He was right. Learning to breathe deeply again is one of the purest longevity secrets on earth. It costs nothing, it feels natural, and it reminds your body how to live fully, even while you sleep. But as powerful as these habits are, there is one final mistake that trumps them all. The one habit that makes or breaks your ability to age, gracefully stay independent, and wake up with the strength to face each day with confidence. It's number 8. And it's not what you think. Number 8. Stop ending your day without gratitude or purpose. You might not think of gratitude as a health practice, but it's one of the most potent anti-aging tools I've ever witnessed. Here's why. Your body responds to emotional state like a mirror. When you end your day in worry, anger, or loneliness, your nervous system stays activated long after you fall asleep. Stress hormones linger, digestion slows, and immune function weakens. But when you end your day with gratitude, even for something small, your brain releases serotonin and oxytocin, 2 chemicals that lower blood pressure, relax blood vessels, and trigger deeper sleep. In other words, gratitude isn't just spiritual, it's physiological. I once treated a man named Daniel, 82 years old, who had lost his wife and was living alone. He told me, "Doctor, I go to bed every night wondering why I'm still here." His sleep was restless, his memory fading. We started a nightly practice. Before bed, he'd write down 3 things that still gave his life meaning. Some nights he'd write, "The birds outside my window." Other nights, "My granddaughter's laughter." At first it felt forced, but within a month he said, "I sleep now. I smile when I wake up." And something miraculous happened. His memory stabilized. His posture improved. He even started cooking again. Gratitude rewired his mind for purpose. You see, the brain doesn't just respond to what you feed it physically. It responds to what you feed it emotionally. Ending your day with purpose tells your body, "I'm still needed. I'm still alive." That message triggers healing on a cellular level. The immune system strengthens, inflammation decreases, and your body begins to reverse aging from the inside out. We often think of longevity secrets as exotic, pills, supplements, or complex routines. But the real secret is this: it's not how many days you live, it's how fully your cells live each day, and gratitude makes them come alive. So before bed tonight, whisper one sentence of thanks, to yourself, to the day, to life. Let it be the final thought before your eyes close. It may be the most powerful health supplement you'll ever take. When you put these habits together, when you stop eating late, turn off the screens, clear your mind, skip the nightcap. Honor your natural rhythm, move. With the morning light, breathe deeply and end your day with gratitude. Something extraordinary happens. You stop aging from the outside in and start healing from the inside out. Your cells get stronger, your brain gets clearer, your mornings become brighter, and little by little you stop merely surviving your days and start owning them. Because aging at its core isn't about the number of years behind you. It's just about the number of nights you give your body to heal. I want to share one final story. The story that reminds me why I do this work. It's about a woman named Evelyn. When I first met her, she was 79, tired and heartbroken. She'd lost her husband, her balance, and much of her confidence. She told me, "Dr. Levine, I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of fading away." She thought her best years were behind her. Her nights were restless, her mornings slow. She spent her evenings watching late-night television with a glass of wine, drifting in and out of shallow sleep. We didn't start with medication. We started with awareness. I asked her to change just one habit a week. First, no food after dinner, then no television light after 9, then a gratitude note before bed. 3 months later, she walked into my office glowing. "I don't understand it," she said, laughing. "I feel alive again." Her blood pressure had normalized. Her gait was steadier. Her voice carried new strength. But what touched me most was what she said next. "I didn't just get better sleep. I got my hope back." That's what these habits do. They don't just extend life, they return the joy of living. Because healing isn't just a medical process. It is a decision to start listening to the wisdom your body has been whispering all along. Every senior watching this has that power. You don't need perfect genetics. You don't need expensive treatments. You just need consistency, compassion, and curiosity about your own rhythm. That's how you reclaim independent living. Not by fighting age, but by aligning with it. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, remember this. The way you end your day writes the story of your next one. Turn off the lights, set down the worries, breathe deeply, feel gratitude for the simple miracle of being here, breathing, alive, capable. Because every night your body is offering you a second chance. A silent opportunity to reverse damage, rebuild strength, and rewrite your future. Don't waste it now. I want to hear from you. Which of these habits are you going to start tonight? Maybe you'll skip that snack, turn off the TV, or write down 3 things you're grateful for. Let me know in the comments. I read every single one because your experience could be the spark that helps another senior find their way back to strength. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone you love. A parent, a friend, a neighbor who could use a little hope tonight. And don't forget to subscribe, because each week we uncover new senior health tips and longevity secrets that help you live not just longer, but better. Remember, you are not too old to change, too late to heal, or too tired to begin again. The night is not an ending. It's your body's invitation to start over. Take it.